you, it's Trudy from It's a True Story, and today I just have a quick one for you because if you're like me, I'm in California, things are starting to open up again, right? And we've just had, I don't know, 15, 16 months of lockdown and pandemic and disruption, and then something weird happened. I know for me, and I'm hoping for you too, in between all of the terror and horror and disruption and loneliness and boredom, there was actually kind of some nice silver linings that happened. And for me, some of that was really just like pressure was off. Didn't have to necessarily go anywhere or see anyone because I couldn't go anywhere or see anyone. I found it really satisfying to not have to be anywhere. So this is my point. Things are opening up. Everyone wants that hot girl, hot boy, hot dog summer. And you know what? Yes, and here's my advice. Do what it takes to preserve your peace. Now, this is where there's a little spiritual lesson in this for you. This guru, Swami Satchitananda, talks about to know yourself, right? And so maybe we had a chance to get to know ourselves a little bit better and put some things in perspective. What do we value? Family or friends? You know, it's not just like running around after the next hot thing, right? So my recommendation is to do what it takes to preserve your peace. Now, this is what Swami Satchitananda said about that. He said, test all your desires and actions. Will this affect my peace? No? Okay, let it be. But if the answer is my peace will be disturbed, stay away. So here's three things you got to think about when you're preserving your peace. The first is keeping the right company, staying calm and serene. That means like check your intentions at the door. If you're just like jamming out there to see everybody that you missed, did you miss them? Are they the kind of people that make you feel good about yourself, good about what you're doing in the world, people that you can feel like you're being of service to? That's the kind of company you want to keep. The other kind of company, honestly, you get an invite somewhere and you're like, that person makes me feel anxious, nervous, insecure. Not so much, right? Part two. Thoughts. Okay, so thoughts, thoughts are things, right? You think something, and basically, your mind thinks all the time, nonstop. It's just like your heart beats, nonstop. Most of the stuff is garbage, most of the stuff is nonsense. And you really can choose what you think. If you're spending your time going back to gossiping or thinking shitty things about other people or thinking that other people are thinking shitty things about you, those aren't beautiful thoughts. Choose beautiful thoughts. And again, tranquility, calmness, serenity, and unselfishness, right? If you're really just angling what's in it for me, guess what? That's not a beautiful thought. And the third part of preserving your peace, very importantly, is that the cause of disappointments are appointments. So again, think about what you're committing yourself to do, where you think you're going and why. If the places that you're being invited to are not about being tranquil, being serene, being peaceful, being of service to others, not just you, then chances are the sort of feelings that we may have felt, the anxiety, the restlessness, the dissatisfaction, the frustration, all those things will come rushing back in. So the point is to preserve your peace, because if you lose your peace, you won't be able to help anyone, not even yourself. That's what Swami Satchitananda said, and I dig it. And P.S., my peace, I know some of it is listening to music cranked loud and live. So peace doesn't necessarily mean it has to be like you can hear a pin drop. It can just be where you find yourself in a state of flow and a state of bliss and what makes you happy. So, what are you doing just hanging out watching this? Go do something that preserves your peace and makes you happy, because you know what? You deserve it. This has been a long haul. And you know what? I appreciate you. Please come back, like, subscribe. I'm here every first and third Thursday of the month, or something very close. Whatever doesn't disturb my peace. Thanks. Bye.